Okay, good morning everyone. So we will be starting off from where we left yesterday. So the listening, we will be completing it today with the remaining item type, and there are just, I guess, just 3 item types we are left with. That's the MCQ, single answer, multiple answer, and write from dictation. Besides that, we have completed everything from the listening. Right, and the classes are provided by CECA guys, and the classes are free of the cost. And yes, you can attend the weekend class as well. That is 12 to 2. The Zoom link, you can ask for the Zoom link from the CECA through the number. You can just send a text or just give a call, and they'll be more than happy to send you the links for every class. And Nati class also, you can just avail the benefits of those classes as well. For if you after Nati, Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu and Nepalese, those are the classes we are providing for the free. No hidden charges, no extra cost, nothing like that is there. It's completely free of the cost. It's just that you have to come, log in and attend the class. So free tier lodgement is going on there as well. If even you or anybody else in your known after the free tier lodgement, so you can avail that service for free. You don't have to pay anything, right? So that's also one good thing about having services from the CECA, right? So starting with the listening today, so where we end off with the select missing word yesterday. So listening, that's what we will be continuing, and we are doing MCQ, single and multiple answer. So single answer MCQ, as I generally told you what to look into that. Question is the main key, right? So question is the main key in the single MCQ. You know that when you're looking at the question, you understand what you are listening for, right? So it will tell you when you're looking at the question, have your keyword from the question in the single answer. You can better understand what you are listening for. So you are hearing the audio for the main idea, for the inference, for the central idea, for the main characteristics, for the drawback, and one factor which is not included. So what you are looking for, the question will tell you, right? And definitely same multiple answer, what I told you, you have to, I mean the option itself, the options given are the key, right? So you have to go to option, take out the keynotes from there, and then when you, while listening to the audio, while listening, right, you can better decide which option to keep and which option to eliminate, right? So this is one thing that you have to understand with the multiple one. So I'm just giving a brief up of these things because I know like many of us already doing these things from many days. So that's the thing, I'm just giving a brief up note of these one. So while listening, you are just looking at which option to keep and which to eliminate. And here one main thing to keep in mind is negative marking, right? This is for multiple only. This doesn't stand true for the single answer, it's for multiple only. So every wrong answer you're getting a -1, right? That's how you will be getting scores here, -1 for every wrong answer, right? So this is the single and multiple answer. Now I just show you a few questions and we will straightforward start with the practice today, right? Just give me a second. And you know that there will be 3 to 4 questions, right, for the MCQ single and multiple. So same like that, we will be just doing 2 to 3 questions of both categories right now. Just a second. So first is going to be the multiple answer. All right. So I'll just show you 2 questions or 3 questions at once. Okay. So this is the first question, having 5 option with it, 6 option with it. Right? It is here. What aspects of subway construction will the speaker talk about in this lecture? So there is some sort of subway construction. That's what the lecture is going to be about. I'm just playing the audio. You just look into the question and the options of it. It is a MCQ, so there is a negative marking. So while keeping that option, you need to be sure about that you are picking up the right option. Okay, so the audio will begin in 6 seconds.
Last week, we looked at urban regeneration and some of the consequences of this, one of which was the relocation of people from urban to suburban areas to largely allow them a better standard of living, because housing is cheaper in the suburbs, so they have more disposable income, but they have to commute. And commuters need rapid transport to get them from A to B. So subway construction is, well, it's booming in some parts of the world. It's clearly being seen as the answer to the type of migration that I've just mentioned. It often gets huge public support because, well, if a subway is going to help you have a better lifestyle, then what's there to argue about? Well, quite a lot, actually. For a start, in order to go ahead with a major project of this kind, you need to be absolutely sure that the ground, and more to the point, what lies beneath the ground, can support underground transport. And to address questions like that, engineers have to be really experienced, really knowledgeable about the local area, water levels, land formation, and so on. And those key issues are what I want to focus on today. Passengers don't think about construction. They trust other, better qualified people to do it for them. And governments have to choose these people very carefully.
All right. So send your answer in the chat box. Jagjit, one option is right, the later one, and first one, and the next you have written that's wrong. So -1, Ashmita, 1 right, 1 wrong, -1, Taran 1 mark, Kimberly 1 mark, Akanksha 1 wrong, 1 right. So -1. So negative marking, guys, that's why it's important. You need to mark what you're sure about. If you're sure about only one option, the second, maybe you have some dicey opinion about that, don't mark that option, because this can bring back your score to again into negatives, right? So the right answer here are C, and another one is D, employing professionals, right? Dijit, you got D, and rest all of you got C, right? And besides that, you have marked F, which is actually not right, passenger moment. And besides that, you have marked funding the projects. This is again not right. So C and D are the right option here. So be mindful for the next question. Your option you're not sure about, don't mark it till the time you're 100% sure, right? So playing the audio for this one. No, this is not the same audio. Okay, here it is. Yeah, concentrate.
We're going to go on a dive to the deep sea, and anyone that's had that lovely opportunity knows that for about 2.5 hours on the way down, it's a perfectly positively pitch black world. And we used to see the most strange animals out the window that you couldn't describe. These alternating lights, a world of bioluminescence, like fireflies. Dr. Elvis Walters, she's now at the Indian Ocean Research Organization. She was able to come up with a camera that could capture some of these unbelievable animals. And that's what you are seeing here on the screen. That's all bioluminescence. Like I said, just like fireflies, there's a flying turkey under a tree. I'm a geologist by training, but I love that. And you see, some of the bioluminescence they use to avoid being eaten, some they use to attract prey, but all of it, from an artistic point of view, is just positively amazing.
Yeah, that's it. You want to hear this again or it's good? Akanksha, okay, these two are right, 2 marks. Ashmita, 1 is right, 1 is wrong. Jagjit, 2 marks. Kimberly, 1 mark. Taran, your answer? Okay, here it is. Okay, so it's 2 marks. Okay, guys, here for this question, this got 3 options, right? Not 2. So the one who got 2, they are good, right? But there are 3 options which are right. So the 3 options are the A, speaker is showing animal in deep sea captured by Dr. Elvis Walter. C, the speaker is a geologist. And then D, he says that the deep water has bioluminescence, right? So these are the right answers here. So we have A, C, and D as the right answer. So, I mean, it's
Ma'am, the speaker was female. So in the D option, they written he says that.
okay, that's why you haven't marked it.
No, I have marked it actually.
Okay. Yeah,
Even the D option says he says. So is that?
that's what she's saying. She's saying, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But the option says he, and the speaker is a
That's
female.
why you haven't marked it. That's what I'm asking you guys.
Yeah.
That's why you haven't marked it.
Yeah.
Because it is writing as he.
Yeah.
And you are sure about why by the voice that speaker is going to be female, and they are just making you trick around this one.
Yeah.
This can never be the case. And Taran, you have already given me D as the option, which is
Yes, ma'am, I have given, but
I didn't mark D because of that.
And the thing is, if you're hearing the option, don't go after the pronouns. You never know, the speaker can be a male as well, having a female sound of voice. So what will you do then?
yeah, actually I have heard, that's why I have marked. But I was like,
Option itself,
yeah.
never go after the pronouns. It is
Okay.
more about the option itself, what it is saying in that, because that's not our question to look for a male or female voice, right?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so there is one more question here. Okay, this is here. The passage suggests that. So if you want me to get this to one screen, I can just do that. All right, here it is. Glasswork display which of the following qualities? So again, got only 4 options this time. Okay, so audio will begin in 6 seconds.
Reviving the practice of using elements of popular music in classical composition, an approach that had been in hibernation in the United States during the 1960s. Composer Philip Glass, born 1937, embraced the ethos of popular music without imitating it. Glass based 2 symphonies on music by rock musicians David Bowie and Brian Eno, but the symphony's sound is distinctively his. Popular elements do not appear out of place in Glass's classical music, which from its early days has shared certain harmonies and rhythms with rock music. Yet this use of popular elements has not made Glass a composer of popular music. His music is not the version of popular music packaged to attract classical listeners. It is high art for listeners steeped in rock rather than the classics.
Yes, please. Jagjeet, one option is wrong, the center one. Taran, yeah, 1 mark. Akanksha, good, 2 marks. Ashmitan, -1. Kimberly, -1. All right. Okay, so this is like not the right answer. You guys selected, 2 of you. And the right answers here are a return to the use of popular music in classical composition, and then a long-standing tendency to incorporate elements from two apparently disparate musical styles. A and C. That's the right answer here. You want to hear the audio again?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm playing the same.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Mhm.
How we will supposed to know like this particular question will have a 2 answers or 3 answers?
Oh, there is no way to know it. It is how you are listening to, and it is what you are listening for. This is actually the question itself that you have to look how many options are right here.
Okay.
So that's actually the question here. So they are not telling you it's gonna, it's having 2 option, 3 option. That's the check of your listening skill, like how you are getting it. Are you getting the right options by listening them, and you are better at the paraphrasing of the things or not? That's how the actually the question move on here, and that's how you get the marks here. Okay, I'll playing the audio again. Listen it.
Reviving the practice of using elements of popular music in classical composition, an approach that had been in hibernation in the United States during the 1960s. Composer Philip Glass, born 1937, embraced the ethos of popular music without imitating it. Glass based 2 symphonies on music by rock musicians David Bowie and Brian Eno, but the symphony's sound is distinctively his. Popular elements do not appear out of place in Glass's classical music, which from its early days has shared certain harmonies and rhythms with rock music. Yet this use of popular elements has not made Glass a composer of popular music. His music is not the version of popular music packaged to attract classical listeners. It is high art for listeners steeped in rock rather than the classics.
Yeah, so A and C. The C option they mentioned first, and A option they mentioned later. All right. Okay, so let's do the single answer now. Single answer is a bit easy because we are concentrating on the question itself, and it is more easy to select the option that time. And also we have to select only one option. It also make the things easy. So let me show you the options here. Just a second.
Aman, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, suppose like we are giving like 2 options, A and B, and our one option is correct and one is incorrect. Then it's like -1, or it's like neutral.
No, it's like -1 because there is no neutral if there is a negative marking in the any question of the PTE. So even the, if you go after the maths, it will say minus plus, it's like 0 plus minus minus. So 1 minus 1 it becomes 0, but not, this is not the case here, because if it got the negative marking, so for every mark you're receiving that negative mark, right? It is not that something is going to be 0 or something like that. So if 2 option, one is wrong, one is right, you're getting -1, -1.
Uh,
Okay. that doesn't make any sense. Like our one answer is correct, so that is like not considered.
Yes, and better if you're selecting two. So if you're feeling like two answers you are giving, so one answer you sure about, only write that and left the another one, leave the another one. Don't mark it because also it can also affect the positive score as well.
Okay, okay.
So this negative -1 mark can affect the other stuff as well, like other part of the listening.
Exactly, that's the actually the basic criteria of having negatives in any exam. So that's why
Okay.
I told you whatever you are sure about, only mark that because every negative will affect your positive score as well.
So then it's better to mark one instead of
Yeah,
taking a risk of two.
but when you sure about two option, like as you are giving answers and sometimes they are right, so mark those two what you sure about. Just leave what you're not sure about, what you dicey about, and you feel like maybe, maybe not, right? Don't mark that. And yes, it is always better to mark one, of course, when you feel like this is the one I'm very sure about, because you see the every multiple answer, it has tendency to give you 2 or either 3 marks. That's the journal criteria, right? So 2 to 3 marks, that mean maybe I am not getting in the first question I'm getting only one option, so it's better to just mark that one option and leaving that other mark, right? Because that can also make the positive one into zero, right? And for the other question, like there will be 2 to 3 question, and if you feel like I'm comfortable marking more than one option, then only mark that. Otherwise don't take chance with any of the negative score. Don't never take chance here, right? This is right now the single answer. What is the main subject of the passage? That's what you are listening here for. And this is the audio beginning in now.
Although great natural barriers hindered east-west development in Canada, this circumstance was mitigated by the mighty river and lake systems that provided avenues for the fur trader, missionary, soldier, and settler. Canada's rivers and lakes allowed and, indeed, invited venturesome pioneers to explore the interior of the continent and, in spite of natural barriers, to tap its great wealth. The rivers and lakes were essential to the Great Fur Empire. People in canoes brought furs from the farthest extremity of the Canadian Shield to Montreal for exportation to Europe. The first settlements spread along the rivers, since only the rivers provided transportation and communication. Militarily, rivers and lakes were of prime importance. Whoever controlled the St. Lawrence and its entrance also controlled Canada.
Uh, yeah, okay. Everyone is right. The role of rivers and lakes in Canadian development, because basically that's what they are emphasizing on. You see the single answer, the more easy, because we know that what we are hearing the audio for, and that's all the purpose. All right. So here is the next one. It is also easy. Just a second. This one, the central idea of the passage is. Audio will begin in 5 seconds.
In the coastal region of the state of North Carolina, the waves of the Atlantic Ocean lap the shoreline from the border with Virginia to those of South Carolina. With forts, museums, and lighthouses prominent to the area, there is much to see and do. Many people revisit the Outer Banks year after year, taking time to check out the activities at Jockey's Ridge, Kitty Hawk, and the drama, The Lost Colony. Youngsters of all ages enjoy the ferry rides that are provided from island to island. Some of the many specific areas to consider when visiting the coastal region of North Carolina are presented in this section.
Yes. Central idea of the passage. No, Ashmita, Jagjit, wrong. Taran, Kimberly, that's right. Akanksha, that's wrong. No, Jagjit, that's not even right. Central idea of the passage is the coastal region of North Carolina offers much for visitor to see and do. Yes, B, that's right, Akanksha. So B is the right answer. Central idea is that they can visitor have lot to see and lot of activities to do there, right? Fort, museum, lighthouses that they can see, and activities, they were mentioning many activities there, right? So central idea is that they have lot to see and to do in the North Carolina, right? So this is also easy. It's just that the question, pay attention what it asking to us, and that's how we get the easy answer. Okay, so here is the next one. This is here. Why it makes this? All right. Which of the following best represents the main idea of the passage? You want me to increase the font size, or it's all good with you?
Ma'am, good.
All right, good. Okay, so it starts in 5 seconds.
As of the year 2011, heart disease was the #1 killer of Americans. It was projected that more than 40% of adults in the United States would be diagnosed with cardiovascular disease by the year 2030. This proportion translates to more than $1 trillion in medical costs. In addition, Medicare would be responsible for covering more than half of those expenses. Therefore, advocates such as AARP say one way that aging Americans can help to reduce our federal government's budget deficit is to exercise. Regular aerobic exercise strengthens the heart muscle, improves blood circulation, and helps us lose weight. These results can lower our nation's medical expenditures by reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease.
No, this is not right, Jagjit. And who sent the answers? Priyanka, Akanksha, Taran, not right. Kimberly and Ashmita, that's right. No, Taran, this is not right.
She spoke all answers. That's why it's confusing.
Okay, I'm playing the audio again. Let's see how you get it. And this is right for two of you.
As of the year 2011, heart disease was the #1 killer of Americans. It was projected that more than 40% of adults in the United States would be diagnosed with cardiovascular disease by the year 2030. This proportion translates to more than $1 trillion in medical costs. In addition, Medicare would be responsible for covering more than half of those expenses. Therefore, advocates such as AARP say one way that aging Americans can help to reduce our federal government's budget deficit is to exercise. Regular aerobic exercise strengthens the heart muscle, improves blood circulation, and helps us lose weight. These results can lower our nation's medical expenditures by reducing the incidence of cardiovascular disease.
Okay, so better? Yeah, Kangsha, Jagjit, no, Dharan. Okay, you see the answer here is D. Why it's D? It says which of the following best represents the main idea of this passage. So the main idea is what they are saying, that heart diseases, they are becoming most prevalent, right? They also mentioning that by 2011 this is what is happening around there, and half of the Medicare is like covering these problems only. So what can actually act as a budget deficit? The exercise, right? So main idea of the passage is what the author or speaker is trying to convey is like people, if they involve themselves into the exercise, so they can help to reduce the budget deficit by cutting the medical cost, right? So D is the answer here. Okay, let's do one more question of single answer. Let's see how you get it. Just a sec, yeah. I'm looking into something. You can easily topic. No, this is not right. So this passage states that what it is stating. Let me bring it to one sheet. Okay, so here it is. This passage states that this is the question, and read it. I'm playing the audio related to this one now, and you are giving answer to the same. Just a second. Okay, it starts in almost done now.
The Earth's past climate, including temperature and elements in the atmosphere, has recently been studied by analyzing ice samples from the Greenland and Antarctica. The air bubbles in the ice have shown that, over the past 160,000 years, there has been a close correlation between temperature changes and level of natural greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide and methane. One recent analysis from the Greenland showed that at the end of the last glacial period, when the great ice sheets began to retreat to their present position, temperatures in southern Greenland rose from 5 to 7 degrees in about 100 years. Air bubbles are not the only method of determining characteristics of the Earth's ancient climate history. Analysis of dust layers from ancient volcanic activity is another such method, as is the study of ice cores, which interpret past solar activity that may have affected our climate.
Akanksha, Jagjeet, yes, so you guys are right. Kimberly, yes, this is right. Give me a second, I'm just having water. Just a second. Okay, so Taran, no, this is not right. Ashmita, this is not right. The answer to this question, this passage states that C, there is more than one kind of information that scientists can use to determine the characteristics of the Earth's early climate. Okay, but there is no negative marking, so either it's 0 or either it's 1. But single answer, they are more scoring as compared to multiple answer, because we are choosing only one option, and it is bit easy because we're concentrating on that part in the whole of the recording or audio we are listening to, right? So these are the answers here. Okay, so let's now move to the right from dictation. So that's what we are now practicing. This is the MCQs right from dictation. This is the last item type, you know that from the listening. It is going to be the last item type. It is going giving mark in the listening, but along with, sorry, it is giving mark to your writing as well, and it is scoring item type, right? That means it can boost up the listening score as well as the writing score as well. And why? Maybe you are hearing a sentence of, I mean, definitely you will be hearing a sentence of 7 to 15 words long, right? And every word is giving, every, I would say better say every right word is giving 1 mark, right? So if suppose there are 10 words in one question, so what is potential? That's 10 marks, right? So it is important that you are concentrating here what you are listening to, all right? And one thing, the spellings. Second thing is the punctuation. If it is used somewhere, so punctuation. And if in case any other thing you have to take care, what is that? What is that?
Sequence, capital letter,
Sequence, capital letter, of course. Any other piece of information we have to take care of?
full stop at the end.
Yes, full stop or period at the end. So these are the things if you're taking care of, especially spelling, punctuation, capital letter and full stop. These will give you marks in the writing, as this will impart scores to the writing. And sequence and the words itself, that means the whatever word the speaker is speaking, that is the word and sequence you are giving to the sentence, it will impart score to your listening, right? So this is counted as the most important question out of all the item types, right? So we have to pay more attention to it because it can boost up to your score. Whatever maybe you are not able to do, this module can help you to just come across that and that gap of the marks, right? There can be 4, 5, 6 right from dictation question here. So this item type got the maximum number of the question as well out of all the listening item types, right? And this is going to be the last, so it is very important that you are saving good enough time to concentrate more here on these questions, right? So for this question you will be hearing an audio. After the audio you will be having 3 seconds that we call to prepare, suppose, right? And there is no there is no seconds to prepare. After the recording, it's your responsibility how you are typing in the sentence there and how much time you are consuming to type in the sentence there. So there will be cut, copy, paste option available beneath the box, right? Definitely word count will be there, but you can only just take track of that. There is no specific word limit, but yes, that why it is there. So how many word you heard? So are you writing that much of word, or you are just exceeding the words you have heard, or you are just not completing the word? So that's why they give you a word count, but there is no time or something like that. It is not that there is a word limitation, but yes, it will give you an idea. Am I writing the exact same words, or I am few word less or few word more, right? And cut, copy, paste option, I told you, whenever you are doing writing, so it's better if you can use these option. Try your hands on these option while practice, and make a habit to use these option while you are writing any answer in the PTE exam, right? And besides that, and if you know, if you heard only 3 words out of suppose 3 words you heard out of say 8 words, right? So write those 3 words in the right sequence as you heard them, right? Maybe they are the words from the center of the sentence, and they are like, is independent country, but I just remember these 3 words out of all the 8 words. So is independent country, I should be writing that 3 words in a right sequence, like is first, independent second, third country, right? So this sequence will give you marks, right? Also, so this is like how much potential this question have, right? So, but yeah, provided that you are just taking care that every word you are listening, you are writing it there. Note taking help you, right? You just listening to some words, take notes of those words. Maybe the initial part take notes, maybe the later part take notes, or maybe write the first two alphabets of every word you are hearing, and it will tell you how many words you heard and how, like, what word you heard and how you are writing it, right? So now let me make you hear few of the right sentences. Are you ready to do it?
Ma'am, I have a question, just
Mm-hmm.
one question.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose say you've got a word with a sentence with 6 words. The first 3 words say you don't get, and the remaining 3 words is independent country, and you get those words. So do you need to write something before, like 3 words before, like make up something so that
See, when you're making it up, it won't be giving you any score.
no? But for the sequence, do you need to?
Sequence, even if you're writing, suppose like you got three words, and definitely you know that according to the sentence or the meaning of the sentence, how I can write these three words. Just give me um, any example, like of funny words where you hear remember only three words. I tell you how can you make a better sequence of that.
Maybe um, the class is on the first floor. So if I don't write the class but is on the first floor, so if I just remember is on the first floor, do I write that start with is on the first floor, or should I write the lecture is on the first floor? Something.
So if you just remember the three words is on the first floor, right? And you're writing these words only, then you are getting 1 mark for every correct word, right? And zero for every incorrect word, whether it's spelling incorrect, whether the the sequence is incorrect. So whatever it is, right? There is no negative marking. But yes, if in case I remember a word from the beginning, then I remember something from the in between, and then maybe the last word, right? Then you can just frame that according to whatever you have heard, because whatever word you are writing extra there, there is no negative for that. You are just getting zero for them, right? But yes, it will give a sequence to the sentence. And you see, even if you're writing the in the class whatever you heard and then the last word, so you will be again getting the same mark as you will be getting of framing a sentence, or as you will be getting of writing those words you heard in the sequence and missing out whatever you like you don't remember, right?
Okay.
Either way, it's gonna be 1 mark only for the right answers, and zero for every wrong word or missed word.
Ma'am, in that case, we also have to like put capital, capital letter,
First letter
whichever,
to be
yeah,
capital, right?
whichever we have heard the word. If we miss the first word, then whichever we have the first word, we have to know capital words, right?
You have to capitalize, right? And
Yeah,
normally the case is we don't miss the first word. This is very true. You're hearing any sentence, so first word normally we don't miss that. So normally we remember the first word, the whatever it is. So we are capitalizing that first letter of that first word, and if it's only one letter, which is like A, we are capitalizing A. If it's the,
okay,
capitalizing T, they
yeah.
T. Yeah, see.
Ma'am, I also have one confusion. If we write all the words,
Mm-hmm.
but not in sequence, it just jumble up, like not in sequence. Then will we get marks or not for that words?
You have jumbled up the things. You see, when there is an instruction for write from dictation, it always tell you sequence, right? So
Yeah,
I don't feel like if I know a sentence like the ground, suppose the grass is green in color, even I do not remember how the speaker said it, but I know he said something about grass being into green color, right? So when I'll be just trying to write that same sentence in my own sense as well, so somehow I'll be giving the same sequence to it, right?
yeah,
We never do such mistakes like writing green first and grass later, right? We don't
yeah.
do that. So
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am, in AP Uni they give marks, like if not in sequence the sentences, then they also give marks in
Get
AP
mark
Union.
for the word you are getting right, but remember that written discourse is getting affected. Guys, writing partial credit is getting affected. I
Okay.
that I mean, I don't know how. Okay, like see, you got a sentence right, you heard it, and you are writing it in your own sense. If you following the same sequence, same likewise sequence as you heard in the recording, right? So your written discourse is not getting affected. Understand? But
Okay,
if
ma'am.
you know
Yeah,
the meaning,
it's
you're
all
getting
clear.
mark for listening. Yeah, 1 mark for the listening for the every right word. But again, that sentence is not according to the right written discourse sequence. So that that bar is decreasing. That score is decreasing. Partial credit, they can never show you anywhere there is a partial crediting how it is calculated, but it is always there, right? You know that it is imparting score to the writing. So these are the things how you getting score. And you see the partial credit or the written discourse bar, why it is low. So these are some of the few reasons that we have to work on. So better you listen and take note of the word and try to write in the right sequence as you hearing the words in the sentence, right? So it will give you more marks in every aspect. So you're getting mark for this particular question, right?
Ma'am, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
I just I just share one template with you. Could you please tell me how this like how it's working contributing the marks in different sections?
Not today, but I'll be just checking it some other day, and maybe tomorrow I'll come up with this thing because it got
Okay.
many things in here. And if we get into this, we won't be practicing
No,
that.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So I'll be just
Yeah.
looking
Whenever you get
into
time, please.
definitely tomorrow only.
No
So
worries.
tomorrow we will be just looking into one and discussing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's good. Okay. So let me make you hear the sentence now.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All good. So here it is, right from dictation. We starting from the here it is, the first one.
Students were instructed to submit their assignments by Friday.
Okay. So Jagjit, your sentence is all correct. Taran, all correct. Akanksha, all correct. Ashmita, one word is different than the words he said. Okay, so you get it. Spelling wise, it's right. And yes, capitalization with Friday, it's right with everyone, I guess. Yeah. So the only mistake, Ashmita, is are. Students were instructed. It's not are instructed, right? So that's the only thing. Okay, this is the next one.
Career opportunities in this field are quite limited.
No, Dharan, this is not right, but one word is only right. 2 words. And Akanksha, your answer is all correct. Kimberly, your answer is all correct. And Ashmita, first word spelling mistake, second word singular plural error, and fourth word is changed, and second last word is also changed. Priyanka, fourth word is changed, rest all fine. Jagjit, first and second word spelling errors. You have to rectify 3 spellings, I believe. Okay, so first 3 words you have wrong spellings for them, and there is no full stop at the end. All right, okay, so it says career opportunities in this field are quite limited. This is the sentence here. Easy sentence. So career is always CAREER. Opportunities in this field are quite limited. Full stop. First alphabet capital. So everything is to be taken care while here you are doing it right now, right? So this is the next sentence.
Most theories are quite similar, but a few critics disagree.
Okay, Taran, so this is the later part, but yeah, there are first 3 words, I mean 2 are missed and one word you changed, and after that there is an error. I tell you what it is after looking at the other's answer. So the later words are right. Words are all right. So except first 3, the words are right. Jagjit, so I would say there are 3 words which are same as they are there in the recording. So 3 words for you. And Akanksha, first 2 words you missed, and 3 words altogether you missed from the entire sentence, and one more error that I'll tell after looking at other answer. Yes, Kimberly, this is right, but one error. Okay. And Ashmita, we're waiting for your answer. Have you sent it? No. No, Priyanka, this is not the word, first word. Okay, so it got mistakes here. So guys, the answer here is most theories are quite similar, but a few critics disagree. Full stop, right? Hear the audio again and relate the words to the sound.
Most theories are quite similar, but a few critics disagree.
You see, when they said most theories are quite similar, there was a half a second pause. So as I told you, when we do the first item type read aloud, what we do, when there is a full stop, we give a half a second pause, right? So this is how you can understand if there is any punctuation mark, especially commas are there or sometimes hyphens are there. These two are very common if any punctuation are to be used. So you can understand from the way that sentence is spoken. And this is one thing you can learn by practicing more and more sentences, right? So most theories are quite similar, but a few critics disagree. So
Ma'am, can I ask a question?
Mhm.
Say, suppose we have written all the words, and suppose I have missed the punctuation. Would I get a negative mark for that, or would I get just marks for the words I have written or something?
Punctuation credits to the writing, no? It's having an partial credit, right? So yes, definitely there will be a less count of score, but you know that there is not a parameter I can tell you will get you will get 1 marks less or something like that. But yes, the partial credit score it will decrease because you haven't put the punctuation as it is there in the sentence.
Okay, okay.
Right. So there is nothing in numbers told by the PT that I can tell you here. But yeah, it got partial credit. So these are the things which are accountable that if that is missing, ultimately it's affecting your score somehow, right? All right. So here goes the next one. Easy.
The main concepts in this thesis were not new.
Yeah, Jigji, this is all correct except one word. Akanksha, all correct except one word. Oh, 2 words. And Kimberly, yeah, this is all correct. Ashmita, so first four words are right. First 4 words are right. And last 4 words, they are wrong. No word is similar as it is there in the recording. And Taran, are you sending your sentence?
No, ma'am. I was ready to hear, but the phone was buzzing, the other phone, so I couldn't.
So here the sentence is, the main concepts in this thesis were not new. So concepts, right? And I told you for singular and plural, if you're not sure the word is plural or singular, so you can write that word twice in the sentence, one in a singular form, one in a plural form. This is a trick, right, to fetch marks with the plural words. But imply that trick to the words where you are thinking that I'm not sure I'm hearing it, or I heard it singular, or I heard it plural, right? In just that case scenario, you're writing concepts. So concepts, if that's right, you get 1 mark. If concept is right, you get 1 mark. You see, there is no negative marking, so this is a benefit here. All right, so next.
We use comma or slash over there, like concept and concepts?
Nothing. Just simple.
That's a good one actually. I never heard about this.
So you heard it now, so you can use it now. No comma, no slash, no full stop, nothing like that. Just a running sentence, like the way I have written. The main, I write concept. After that, I write concepts in this thesis were not new, right? So you see, this is a trick for singular plural to get that mark in any way, right? Okay, the next one. Just a second. Okay.
Teaching assistants will receive monthly fees for housing.
Okay, send it. Two words are not right, Akanksha. One word, Taran. Two words, Taran. Oh, no. 3 words, Taran. 3 words. And Kimberly,
Words right or wrong?
3 words wrong. Kimberly, this is right. Ashmita. So, 2 words same as from the sentence, Ashmita. Jagjit. All right, this is not right, but yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 words are right, Jagjit. Okay, everyone sent it? Priyanka, you typing? Okay, so 2 words, 3 words, Priyanka. This is the word sentence. Teaching assistants will receive monthly fees for housing. Teaching assistants. So this word is also, I told you can apply that trick, right? Will receive, not receives. Will receive, right? Monthly fee. Now this you can understand grammatically as well. This is the plural word, so the verb going to be it won't be having ses with it, right? This is also one thing we can learn grammatically as well. Monthly fees for housing, right? So this is the sentence here. Okay, let's hear the next one. You want to hear? Okay, this is right. All good, understandable.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and this is next one. Thank you, Tarun, for at least saying yes or no. It's feeling like I'm talking to system.
The company needs to polish its image.
Okay, so the company. Okay, so almost every answer I'm getting is right. Jagjit, your answer is right. And Ashmita, one word, two, three. Three words are different. Okay, four words are different. Ashmita, only the first three words are right. Kimberly, okay, it's right. Okay, right, Saran. No, Kanksha. No, no, no. And Priyanka. Okay. Guys, this is the answer here. This is very simple sentence. Try to get it in the one go, because simple sentence, if we're not getting it, it'll be hard to capture the difficult ones, right? These are the simple sentence we are doing today. Sometimes the
Um,
sentences are lengthy.
Ma'am, just a one question.
Mhm.
You know the answer I send you. I use a capital I in image, right? And the correct answer says with the small
Small I.
I.
Why you use image with the capital I?
But I have read somewhere like the word starting with the I, you should always use a capital as a I. Is that correct or not?
No, this is wrong. This is not true at all. The words with starting with the capital letter, it's never with the I. They are the words which are some sort of the universal truth, like the day's name, like the Friday. We did that with the Friday month name, March, June. We will be
No,
doing
I mean,
sun and
I
when.
heard, I read particularly somewhere just for the I, like all the words which are starting with the I should be capital.
That could not be like this. It must be written like that. When you using I, only I, like for me, if I'm writing something for me somewhere and I'm mentioning I, whether it's in between the sentence, whether it's in the ending the sentence, whether it's in the beginning of the sentence, that I need to be capital. You understand? Not the word starting with I, but the word alphabet I itself.
Yeah, obviously that will be, but maybe I misread.
Yes, because when we write, you see, when we write letters or we writing something, sometimes we have to emails, we drafting them, we have to write I in that. We have to mention
Mhm.
ourselves as I, right? So in that case, I need to be capital. You never make the small letter there, small I there. But it is not true with, you see, there are many words with the I, and you,
Um,
how can you put I mean,
the sorry, the sorry to interrupt you. The example I can share with you. I was writing an essay on one of the website, right?
one of the,
PTE Plus. So when I sorry.
uh-huh,
So okay, so I used the small I. You know, when we write a conclusion and then we write and the end we write indeed
mm-hmm.
on the conclusion. So I use capital I. The system marked as a correct. When I write small I, the system marked as a incorrect in the grammar section.
Is it true? Which app you were using?
PTE Plus, and then I did
What
check
about the
with
other
the
ones with the I? When you might not write
real
anything
PTE
with
as
the I.
well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So have you write incredible in your essay or inconsistent in your essay?
No, no, no. So I was just I wrote a word in the conclusion. You know how we wrote a word at the end is
So is what
indeed.
by mentioning in the beginning or in between the sentence?
Nah, on the conclusion at the end.
Okay, to in and indeed to something like that when we write like that in the essay.
Yes.
All right, all right. I need to
So I can tell you the exact.
this to be true. Maybe this could be case with one or two words, not with the every word with the I. I'm not. I'm pretty sure it won't be with every word. But yes, definitely I'll get through this one. I'll just check with
Okay, so
the
the
master trainer of the PTE if this is true or not.
actually, sorry, that's my apology. It was in between the sentence. So you know how sometimes we write in view of argument outline above, one can conclude that the benefit of dash are indeed too great to ignore.
Are indeed too great to ignore. Yeah.
Hmm. So both these I indeed and ignore.
Indeed and ignore, you put a capital I.
Yes. So
Okay.
when I put
Answer
capital
of
I,
Jagjit. I guess this is not the case with any other student. I believe so because many are practicing with different app. And to my knowledge, it's not to be true. But yes,
Mhm.
definitely I'll be looking into it.
Okay.
I'll just have a word with the master trainer of the PT and just come across with an answer tomorrow, right?
Thank you so much.
Yes, and that's actually really helpful. If this is the case, we can exceed score here. right? Okay, so let's do this next one.
Ma'am, can there be like compound sentences like
Where?
like from dictation?
No, it's only one single sentence. Maybe
No,
compound.
like
Compound is like using and. You
yeah,
put.
yeah. Can they give you those kind of sentences, or they give you just one single sentence?
Why not? Then it can be a complex sentence. So complex is like greater than the compound. So why it can't be a compound?
No, I'm just asking because yeah.
Okay, you see the one sentence we did with the comma in that. So what is that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I'm playing now.
This paper challenged the previously accepted theories.
Okay, I'll play again. It was so quick.
This paper challenged the previously accepted theories.
Taran, you got 4 words right. This is right, Kimberly. And Shmita, third word is wrong. Fourth and fifth is not there. And rest is fine. Jagjit, third is changed. There is no full stop again at the last Jagjit. And Akanksha, third is changed. Fourth is changed. And yeah, that's it. This paper challenged the previously accepted theories, full stop. This full stop has a mark. Yeah, it got a partial credit. Very small, very easy, but yes, it has a weightage. So this is the answer. So you writing challenges won't help here because this is a past participle sound of sort of word yet, right? So yes, Kimberly got it all correct. Okay, this is a bit lengthy, concentrate.
Students have options to live in colleges, villages, or apartments.
Yes, that's right, Kimberly. And Jagjit, second word is changed. Third is changed. You can't do this with every word, Jagjit. It can be done with only one word. It can be done with one word, once in one sentence. And Ashmita, this is correct, but okay, so yeah, one word you changed, just a singular plural error. And Akanksha, this is one word you changed, rest is fine. And Taran, one word you changed and there is one extra comma. Students have options to live in colleges, comma, villages, or apartments. That's the sentence. So, if you have written college, not colleges, again wrong. Hotels, it is not there. And if you just change these orders, I think it won't affect your score, right? But yeah, it is not like I'm writing here options, it's fine. But I'm doing with every word, it is not right. I can use this trick only once with one word, right? Okay, so one more and that's gonna be the last one, and we'll move to the next item type after this one. And I want you all to get this all correct. So start 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now.
The theme of the work requires a demure compensational style.
Okay, two words different, Jagjit. Oh, sorry, Kimberly, two words different. And Jagjit, two words different and two extra punctuations. And Ashmita, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words are not there, which you have written. Taran, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 words. So Priyanka, 1, 2, 3, 4 words are right. Akanksha, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 words are right. That's the right sentence here. The theme of the work requires a demure compensational style. This is the right answer. The theme of the work requires a demure compensational style. I want that you hear the sentence again so that you can relate the sound with the words. And if this is going to be your an exam, you're getting it straight away. Listen.
The theme of the work requires a demure compensational style.
Right?
Demure. Demure.
Yeah, remember this word. If it's going to be there, then you are just getting it straight away. Just a sec. Right. Okay, so that was the right from dictation important question, 4 to 5, and could be 6 question as well. But okay, so now you want to start with the speaking, because that's what we haven't touched this week.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So we'll be starting with
Yes, ma'am.
read alouds. Is that fine with everyone, or repeat sentence you want?
Read aloud, or whenever
was
you get a
also
chance, can you please explain the graphs?
Right, describe him as sort of.
Yes. Not today, like whenever.
Yeah,
I
tomorrow.
will
Yeah, that won't be possible because it's a obviously this item always a lengthy one, describe image. So we will be doing tomorrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
continue.
that's right. Thank you.
Starting with the read alouds today. Is that fine?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All good. Okay, so the read aloud. So obviously 3 things in your mind always: content, pronunciation, and your fluency. And what is more important, we know that that's the third one, the fluency, right? So we are not losing fluency. That means we are not repeating, fumbling, correcting, and not taking unnecessary pauses, not adding the umming and ahhing sounds. So that's how we can maintain it. And this is the one major factor contributing to the score in the entire speaking item types, right? Content, definitely how we can take care of that. If we are speaking the same words, we not omitting, or we not adding any word out there, especially the articles, because we do have sometimes habits of saying the a lot, right, when it is actually not there. So this is one thing we need to take care. And secondly, the article is one, and secondly the singular and plural words. So if the word is saying content, we're not saying contents, right? If the word is saying designs, we're not saying design. So this is actually losing mark on content. But content, the marking is really a bit tricky here. So it's a 3 marks altogether. So suppose you're not saying one word as same, I mean you changing that word. Maybe it is saying computer and you said computers. So now your 3 marks, if it's not 100%, it is not 3 marks, it will be 2 marks, right? And till the moment it is 50% sort of, it's 2 marks only. So you understand this one now. If it's going to be 100%, all the words you are speaking same, it is going to be 3. Or if you're just messing up only one word, keeping the other 99 words all good, still it will be 2 marks, right? So this is the criteria of the content. Pronunciation, definitely pronunciation is not only speaking the right way of speaking that word, it also you account your accent as well. So keeping it neutral, natural is the one key here that you can get more marks. Don't mess the pronunciation with different accents like British, American, till the moment you're not sure about those accents, right? And how what are the other factors for the pronunciation? That's the rhythming and intonation. Rhythming and intonation is also count for the pronunciation, how you are just saying the words. Are you using word stress? Are you not using it? Are you just intonating upward, downward? This is all the factors of the pronunciation, right? And fluency, I told you what are the things you need to take in your mind while doing the fluency part. So 3 things, and this is how you can get score on them. I'll just show you the first read aloud on the screen right now. Just a sec. So we know that we got we got preparation time, which could be 30 to 35 seconds, right? And then we have 40 seconds to read aloud the content on the screen. And the timing, maybe we are finishing it off in 30 seconds, 35. Before that, doesn't matter, right? Till the time you're taking care of the aspects to be followed while reading that aloud, right? and every item type in the speaking is individually timed. You're not taking care of the time, so it is automatically taken care by the system. So when it is 40 seconds for that question, it will move up, and even if you finish your answer, it's okay to move to the next question, right? And if you want to, I mean, let it move by itself, you can wait, so that you can also have some break, sort of some time before you looking at the next read aloud. Okay, so here it is. First one, television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child. Both, there is a comma. So when there is a comma, half a sec pause, right? Both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. Full stop, full second pause. When a parent is concerned about the effects of television, half a second, he should consider a number of things. Semicolon. So again, pause, half second only. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge? How many hours a week a youngster his age should watch television? The impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials. Going downward, influence of commercials. It sounds like ending of the sentence. Easy? Who is saying it first?
Can I try?
Yeah, yes.
Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. When a parent is concerned about the effects of television, he should consider a number of things. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week a youngster his age should watch television, the impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials.
ROS. Yeah, Kimberly?
What?
Your ROS, rate of speech, is slow.
Okay.
So pronunciation, content, all good. ROS is slow.
Mm-mm.
So maybe little bit faster,
Little bit
right?
faster.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Ma'am, can I try?
Yes, Jagjit.
Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in term. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I start again?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and what he sees. When a parent is concerned about the effect of television, he should consider a number of things. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week youngster his age should watch television, the impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials.
Okay, so you know the mistakes.
Yes.
Okay, so no fumbling. First of all, remove the fumbling, then we will work on your pauses, right? But this is fumbling, which is okay. The content is the easiest part. Content is the easiest part to just say the words what you can see on the screen. And in the preparation time, if any word you're not sure about, just read that word 3-4 times. Any phrase you feel like I'll be stucking out there, read that 4-5 times, right? And just mimic the answer in the preparation time, that this is how I'll be just saying my real answer, right? All you can do that in the preparation time, which will make you ready for the real answer, the answer which is going to get recorded. So first fumbling, remove that, I mean the content, then we will work on the other thing, because that will how you will improve the fluency. And definitely pronunciation is fine, it's just that you are misrepresenting the words, right? Okay, next.
Okay, ma'am, can I try now?
Yeah.
Okay. Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. What a parent is concerned about the effects of television, he should consider a number of things. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week a youngster his age should watch television, the impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials.
What a parent is concerned, is the one mistake, Taran, right? And in the starting, there was a pause which was unnecessary. and you get confused out there, which actually reflect in the next sentence, and you miss the word out there, and it is not an appropriate 100% answer. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's okay. Okay, next one.
Can I try, ma'am?
Yashmita.
Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. When a parent is concerned about the effects of television, he should consider a number of things. What a TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week youngster his age should watch television, the impact of sex, violence and sex, and the influence of commerce. I missed it, ma'am. No, it's not good.
So it's not good, but it's like, I don't know why you're saying the things twice here, right? Not needed. And
Yes,
even
ma'am.
if it happens in the real exam, don't lose confidence, right? One thing to keep in mind, the confident and clear answers are the one you getting more mark, and that's how you can maintain your fluency even after doing mistakes as well. I said the impact of sex and impact of violence and sex, right? I messed it up, but it's okay. I'll be just be calm, confident, and I'll keep moving up. And the influence of commercials. But one thing, right, that I'm not affecting my fluency and I'm not losing my confidence are the most important things here, right? You being confident, making mistakes, that will cover up, right? You being not
Yes, ma'am.
confident and making
Like
mistakes
once we did a mistake, that like
doesn't lose.
after that we.
Don't lose confidence. Make mistake, it's okay. Now move on, right? Have this
Yes,
attitude
ma'am.
with the read alouds. Move on. All right. Anyone else? Akanksha?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'll start now.
Okay.
Television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. When a parent is concerned about the effects of television, he should consider a number of things. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week a youngster his age should watch television, the impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials.
Okay, your ROS is slow. Rate of speech is slow, right? So it needs to bit fast to get more marks here. And yes, the remaining things are average, so we can improve them, right? And there is some issue with your voice, maybe that could be the reason that I'm listening slow, because sometimes it's just like having that echoing voice or like some disturbance in the line, sort of, right? So it says television is bound to have its tremendous impact on a child, both in terms of how many hours a week he watches TV and of what he sees. When a parent is concerned about the effects of television, he should consider a number of things. What TV offers the child in terms of information and knowledge, how many hours a week a youngster his age should watch television, the impact of violence and sex, and the influence of commercials. Right? Okay, the next one. Union unions take the power of unions take the power out of employers' hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment but were protected by the union and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, ma'am, can I start?
Yes.
Unions take the power out of employers' hand on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment, but were protected by their union and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
Okay, so do I need to tell you?
No, not really.
Okay, so I'll give you another chance after everyone is done. Kimberly? Okay, who's ready next? Kimberly, Ashmita, Kamsha, Priyanka, who's ready next?
I'm just preparing, ma'am. Give me some time.
Okay, okay. Ashmita?
Yes, ma'am. Can I start?
Yeah.
Unions take the power out of the employer's hand on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment but were protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
Okay, so it's fine except hands-on. Hands-on need to be said one go because it's a hyphenated word. And other than that, it's not often. T is silent, right? So we say
It's
it
often, ma'am.
often. Yeah.
Okay,
T
ma'am. Thank you.
is silent and rest is fine, Ashmita.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Next is ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Unions take the power out of the employer's hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers are engaging in sexual or racial harassment, but are protected. Oh, sorry.
Okay, start over.
Unions take out. Unions take the power out of the employer's hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment, but are protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and rise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
Same pay and raise.
Yeah,
Giving
pay
no
and raise.
reason and starting the sentence, there are example and just a second. So there are like when you starting the sentence like there are and poor. So you are sounding bit like effortful, right? There are examples. So it is like that should be really smooth. That efforts that a push that should not be felt when we speaking generally when reading a text. There is no way of showing an effort in there. So
Okay.
just work on that one. This is not as good as needs to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Priyanka, I think you ready? Okay, who is speaking next? Priyanka?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Speak. I can hear you. You start speaking. Priyanka, we can't hear you. I don't know why, but we can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry, ma'am. I need to change my earphone. So can I try now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Unions take the power out of the employer's hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment, but were protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers or excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reasons for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
All right. So the fumbling is there. There are, right? And then worker engaging in protected by the unions to and allowed it. It's not allowed it, allowed to keep their jobs, right? Often receive
Yeah.
the same pay as raise fine, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job. So fumbling should not be there at any cost. No correction or repetition should be there at any cost, right? So it should be really flowy. When I made a mistake, suppose here, there are, and I said these are, so it's okay now. Now just let it be because correcting it making you lose more marks as compared to keep on moving. So keep on moving is the one motto here that you all have to follow. Okay, Priyanka, but that's I'm
Yes, ma'am.
listening you. I mean, rarely I listen you, but this is okay. Nice try, and you must try and practice every time we do the things here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All
Okay,
right.
ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, next please. Akanksha, Taran, and Amrit, Amritpal, and Jagjit. Anybody ready can start saying it.
Ma'am, can I try?
Okay, yeah.
Unions take the power out of employers' hand on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment but were protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than the necessary at their job.
I said no, not to correct. I said not to correct. You correcting, you losing, right? And
Okay.
there are examples of racial, and then there were a fumble, and you said after that harassment. It's not allowed, it's allowed. Unions and allowed to keep their jobs, right? And then yeah, rest is fine. But yes, fumbling, correction is there, which should not be there, must not be there, I would say, right? It will make you lose mark. Okay, Akanksha.
Yes, I'm gonna try now. So yeah. Unions take the power out of employers' hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment but were protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
Yes, this is right. Okay, this is right. This is Chloe. This one is better than before, Akanksha, much better than the first one, right? Good one. Okay, anybody else?
Okay, ma'am, I will.
Rather than.
Yeah. Unions take the power out of the employer's hands on many issues. There are examples of cases where workers were engaging in sexual or racial harassment but were protected by their unions and allowed to keep their jobs. Poor workers and excellent workers often receive the same pay and raise, giving no reason for a person to work harder than necessary at their job.
This is right. This is right, Karan. And Samir, why are you drawing in here? Okay, you want to try the same one? Read aloud. Unions take the power out of employers' hands on money issue. We can't hear you. All right. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. And till the time you're not saying an answer here or have a question, kindly keep the mic on mute. Okay. So here you go with the next set of read aloud. Pluto. Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specifications, the audience greeted the decision to exclude it with applause. So, just like a newsreader, read it, don't repeat, don't fumble, don't correct, be confident, be clear, no effort should be felt, effortless. Whosoever ready, just let me know.
Okay, ma'am, can I start?
Just a sec. Okay, now.
Okay. Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specifications, the audience greeted the decision to exclude it with
It with. Okay, so it with applause. That's the last word you have missed. I don't know, maybe the internet issue. Okay, yeah, this is right. Besides that, the internet connectivity is not as great. But yeah, besides that, it's good. It's right. Okay, next one, please.
Ma'am, can I try?
Yeah, Jagjeet.
Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in the project about the definition of planet and the whether Pluto met the specification, the audience greeted the decision to exclude it with applause. I think I
That's the
made a
pronunciation. I don't know what
yeah.
you're doing in there. You focusing on speaking fast and you messing the pronunciation.
I think I mispronounced a couple of words, right?
Many words. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's Prague. That's a country name,
Yeah,
Prague.
the one was Prague and the one was
Applause,
Apollos. Yeah.
exclude, audience, and I don't know how many other. I mean, yes, the words, the pronunciation, just because you more focused on speaking fast, guys, not too fast, not too slow. If I can speak fast, doesn't mean that you have to copy me. You have to have your own natural pace. But remember that that natural pace should not be fast, should not be too slow. So you have to maintain a neutral rate of speech, and obviously keeping all the factors in mind, you are completing this answer. All right, so next one.
Can I try? I'm
Yeah,
very
Kimberly.
actually. Pluto lost its official. 1 second, sorry, ma'am.
Okay, start over. Yes, Kimberly, we're waiting for you. You there?
Mic was off. I started speaking. Sorry, ma'am.
All right. Okay.
Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IU General Assembly meeting in Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specifications, the audience made the decision to exclude it with applause. Right.
Okay. So this should not be that fast that your pronunciation is half chewed up. Downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets, although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in the Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specification. It should not be like that as well. This is too fast, way too fast. Pronunciation is messing up.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Not too fast, not too slow, guys. Up, at a natural neutral pace. That's what all it requires, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Just this much fast that your words are understandable, pronunciation is not chewed up, right? And you are sounding confident, not losing breath as well at the same moment, right?
Yeah.
So that means
Okay.
you're good at speed. Okay, so that's all good for today. If anybody wants to have a try, this quick second I'm giving to you. It's already 12:01.
Ma'am, can I try?
Yeah, be quick here.
Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specifications, the audience greeted the decision to exclude it with applause.
Not great.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I was rushed.
Today, everyone, I don't know what happened to you guys today, but the answers, they are not as apt as they need to be, right?
Ma'am, what is the pronunciation of Prague?
Prague, I am saying it a lot of time. It's a country name, Prague, 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 Prague.
Prague. Okay,
And I
thank
said
you.
it like, I guess, fourth or fifth time this time you're asking me, right? Pluto lost its official status as a planet yesterday when the International Astronomical Union downsized the solar system from 9 to 8 planets. Although there had been a passionate debate at the IAU General Assembly meeting in Prague about the definition of a planet and whether Pluto met the specifications, the audience greeted the decision to exclude it with the applause.
Can I try it one more time? Just.
Okay, but yeah, tomorrow, not today.
Okay, yeah,
So
sure.
you can just
Sorry.
keep it with you, and I can listen to you tomorrow. And I think we will be doing 2 or 3 more read alouds tomorrow as well. As today's answer, they are not as apt as they need to be, as that's what I said before as well. Okay, so that's all for today. We will be continuing speaking item
Thank
types.
you,
Obviously,
ma'am. Have a good day. Bye
yes,
bye.
Smita, you are more fast than me. Okay, have a good day.
Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
have a good day.
Thank
You
you.
go
Bye
on,
bye.
guys, and see you tomorrow with the speaking item types. And buckle up and, and just have a pre-sessions before the class so that you are so fluent and not messing up with the things here, right? All right, it's all good. So see you tomorrow, yeah, with the repeat sentence, few of read alouds, and describe image for sure. Okay, see ya, guys. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.